Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to be talking about 5 games that I absolutely want to love, but for some reason I can't. So, let's get right to it. Now, before we get started, I'm not saying these games suck or anything like that. Well, some of them do. But these are just games that, as a kid, I wanted to like them, and I kept giving them a second, third, fourth, fifth chance. But just every time, it just ended with disappointment. So, let's get right to the first game. Oh boy. Ghostbusters 2. Yep. And also, this is apparently previously viewed. I don't know what that means. Now, of course, as a kid, I was a huge fan of the Ghostbusters, and I still am to this day. And I'm so glad I didn't play the other Ghostbusters game on the NES, which I'm sure people are familiar with. But this was a game I kept coming back to because I loved Ghostbusters, and I just wanted it to be good. It's not. Now, I know some people out there might be like, well, Ghostbusters 2 wasn't really that good. You know what? I don't really care. I love Ghostbusters 1 and 2 equally. Then again, I was a kid when they came out. I was very young. The first one came out before I was even born. I can see why people don't like 2 as much, but I love both of them, and the games suck. They suck. So next up is another movie I loved as a kid. Still one of my favorite movies of all time. I'll never get tired of it. Jurassic Park on the Sega Genesis. You know, this game to me has so much potential, and I feel like if they would have just spent a little bit more time, this game could be amazing. Now, it is creepy that Grant doesn't have a face, but the dinosaurs look really good for the time. Like, they look a lot like what they do in the movies. And seriously though, that T-Rex used to scare the hell out of me. But the game just misses the mark from poor controls and just terrible slowdown. But I played this game all the time as a kid because it was so much fun to live out the movie, even though the story of this game has nothing to do with the movie. If anything though, the reason why I played this game so much as a kid was because it was Jurassic Park. If it had been any other game, I probably wouldn't have played it, but this is a game that today I have a lot of nostalgia for, but I can't play it. It sucks. Next up, we have another Sega Genesis game, and that is Chacon The Forever Man. Oh, this game has so much potential. It has such a cool, story. It's very dark. I really like the character. I like his dual swords. I like some of the enemies. Yeah, this is one that I came back to over and over again, just expecting something different, but yeah, it just always ended with frustration and disappointment, but I wanted it to be good, and I would love to see them bring this game back. Just reimagine it, revamp it. I think it'd be cool, especially nowadays. I don't know, I think this could be a really good reboot. I don't see it happening, but yeah. Next game. Super Mario Bros. 3. No, I'm kidding. Could you imagine? Super Mario Bros. 2. Now, I'm sure there's someone out there going, well, technically, James, it's not a Mario game. Yeah, we know it's Doki Doki Panic. All right, we all know that now. I didn't know that as a kid. Who the hell in America did? All right, moving on. But I think that's the thing about this game that I don't know. I can't get into it because it doesn't feel like Mario because, well, it's not. Now, I'm not saying it's a bad game. It's actually a good game. It is kind of fun, but I think because I was so confused as a kid, I couldn't really immerse myself into it. And even today, if I want to play a Mario game, I'll play the first one, Mario 3 or Super Mario World. But I think if I actually had Doki Doki Panic, I might actually play that more. But I don't know. Again, not a bad game. It's just, it's not Mario because it's not. So last up, we have a game from one of my favorite franchises of all time until it was ruined by a plethora of horrible games. Sonic CD. Now, I do remember, I think it was GameSack that did a video on polarizing games, and this was one. So people either absolutely love this game or they absolutely hate it. I'm kind of just in the middle. Like, I don't know. I'll pick it up and play it from time to time. But again, I want to love it because it's Sonic. It's classic Sonic. But I can't. And a lot of it, and a lot of people will agree, it's the level layout. Like, the level designs just, I don't know, they seem kind of sporadically put together, like with no thought. I do, however, like the whole past and future mechanics because it does add some variety, and it's pretty cool to see the differences in the level design. I will admit though, the boss music always kind of creeped me out. It's just kind of creepy, isn't it? Well, anyway, those are 5 games that I want to love, but for some reason just can't. Now, do you like any of these games? Do you hate any of these games? Hey, let me know in the comments below, and you know what to do. Like, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and I will see you all again real soon.